So they made it actually a lot more complicated than it should have been. After all this, So what are we gonna do to this car today? Well, we're gonna start taking everything off that we put on in the past 2 months and get it ready for the spray job. Jaguar has came with a lot of imperfections. There's a scratch here, there's a scratch here, and obviously all the new panels that we put on, they need to be color matched, so they all need to be sprayed. And of course we straightened the bonnet, but we're not professionals, so we didn't do the best of the job, so he was gonna have to fix that and spray the whole bonnet. And the other things I would like to do is, if you call them wee tiny mods, it would be all these plastic trimmings, if you want to call it. I want them in gloss black, all the trimmings all around the windows and the side skirt. Well, this one is kind of gloss black already, but on the other side it is not. So I need to get that side skirt off, unfortunately, and that panel as well. So yeah, take a good look at this beauty, because in about a couple minutes she's gonna be completely stripped. I haven't actually give you a quick update on what we're doing here and why we're in this area. Usually we work up there.
So we're going back in time, and this is what it used to look like. And this is the area I would like to use to build a garage.
But look at this. What we done was we started the groundwork where the garage is gonna be in the future. And so much room now. Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. Look how much room we have. It's like I can't run. My foot is still sore. But we literally have all this room. What that means, we need more cars. Well, that's my excuse. But yes, look at that. Okay, enough talking. Let's get to work. Of course, we have prepped our area. It actually feels a bit sad taking everything apart, but it just feels like we're going backwards, but we're not. I promise we're literally gonna get this looking amazing. So of course, the first thing I have to do, obviously lift the car up. So now is the time to take off the world's most expensive wheel liners. Ta-da! Another one. So to take this bumper off, what you need to do is the wheels off and then wheel arch liners as well. And then you have to disconnect the wire loom. And it's all color coded, so it's fine. And then on the other side, don't forget to disconnect the headlight washer. And it's literally just, you kind of have to pull these this way. And you see the gap here, so you pull this way and it unlocks it, and that's it. Well, also take all the screws out. So we are making a good progress. We have most of the stuff off from this side anyway. It's getting pretty dark, but so far we got the side skirt off, the wing, both headlights, the bumper, and all the stuff is sitting there. This looks crazy, and I still need to do this side. Yeah, I need to do the both taillights. I need to take them off, and in order to do that, I think I'm gonna have to take the bumper off. I'm not sure. We'll see. So it's getting late, and after a couple of good hours of work, we got loads done. I'm gonna have to bring this in the house and tidy everything up.
So we're back next day, and we're doing exactly the same thing what we've done on the other side. Lift the car up, take the wheel off, and to take the side skirt off, you have to take the seal off. And it comes with the wee plastic clips, and then also you have to take this plastic trim. But this side skirt hasn't been taken off by me, so I have to drill the wee rivet, and that's it off. Now I'm just gonna pop the bonnet, There are a couple screws to get the side fender off, and the fender is gonna get sprayed, and the plastic trim as well. So now it's time to get the rear bumper off. The reason I have to do that, obviously it's getting sprayed, and also I'm taking the headlights out as well. There's 2 nuts on the bottom, just where I'm spraying the WD-40, and then there's 2 bolts on each side going up the way. And you also have to take this trim off. It was quite awkward, it was really tight.
So to take the bumper off, the rear bumper, it's actually a lot more complicated than I thought. So you need to pop this off, which is held by clips at the back here. And then there's clips in the bottom, which are these plastic ones. And then there's these ones, which kind of slide out, but they don't really slide out, you have to pull them. So I'm gonna pop this one back in here. So you do that, and then there's a nut that holds this in place, so you need to loosen that, and then that's see that there, you push that in like that. You don't pull it like the rest, you don't pull it, you push it down, yeah. And then there's all these cables which are really hardwired in a way, so you have to pop all the wee holders, fixtures, and then you have to disconnect some of them, but it's just so complicated. They made it so complicated to take that off. So yeah, so I had to pop this off again. This is just held by wee fixtures, so you pull that. I started pulling from this side, like sides first, and then work away around your middle, and then, like it says, you have to pop this off, and this is really complicated. The reason I'm saying it's complicated, it's actually glued with a double-sided tape, which this one is, I'm gonna have to replace it, but it's really thin, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to buy some double-sided tape to reseal that. So they made it actually a lot more complicated than it should have been. But anyway, we'll just continue and see how we get on. To remove the headlight, you need to take these 2 nuts off, this bracket off, which is this nut here. Then you have to take this whole lining out. I don't know what you call that. I've done this side. And in order to do that, you need to lift this up just enough. And there's a wee clip that holds this, and you just lift this up, and that is on clips. It's like a wee hook. And then you have to take this off, take this here off, all these things you just lift up and pops out, and then basically, yeah, so that's very important. So this is like a hook, so you lift this up, unclip, like to take this off, so it sits like that. So I would start off from this side, you pull this way, and then you pull this whole thing that way as well, because there's like a wee thing, so do not lift, make sure you're pulling that way. So this is actually a lot of work. So once you take all this out, there's 2, or there's maybe 1, so you have to take this nut off. Why is it not focusing? So you have to take this nut off. So that's basically it. After all this, ta-da! Oh, it's crazy how much you have to take off. You have to repeat on this side, same stuff, same thing. There you go. And there is 2 done. That was really complicated. This looks absolutely crazy. It's easy to take things off, but then we need to remember we're gonna have to put all this back together. So let's do a quick walk around. What we already have achieved. Still have to take all the trimmings off from the bumper and the side skirts. So that's not all. The car's going away tomorrow, so I don't really have much time left. So I am in a bit of a rush, trying to get this all done. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, another thing. I think there used to be a mouse in here. Crazy. Guys, I correct myself. To actually take the rear bumper off, you don't have to take the loom out or off the actual bumper. It's actually fed in here. It goes into here. 1, 2, 3, 4 connections, and you pull it out through here. So there's a big grommet. So this is it, and you just pull it all out. So yeah, live and learn. And here, look at this. So there's a big washer, windscreen washer tank, which when you fill this, it pumps the fluid into this tank until it reaches the maximum level float sensor. So that's how it works. So you fill it through here, and then it automatically pumps it into this tank as well. So that's how that works, which is pretty interesting.
Very exciting. It's day 3 and I'm getting the car onto the trailer. At least this time it drives and suspension is good.
So it's time to get the bumpers ready. So I have already taken some stuff apart. So here we go, I made 2 piles. This stuff is going to get sprayed and this stuff is staying with me. So this is all the plastic things that you don't really see. All that there is half enough of this finish. It's quite nice. All these, I don't know, he's gonna inspect these to see if there are any bad scratches or anything. These are getting painted, and these all bits and bobs getting sprayed. This here and this here is going to be gloss black. I hope it's not going to be too blacked out, but I'm going to get this all packed and I'll hit the road. So we have arrived, and this is all the bits and pieces I have packed. I'm going to take them out and bring it to the spray shop.
This is Brian's workshop and there's still a couple things that I need to do. So this is the lower part of the rear bumper and I need to drill the rivets to get it split so it's easier to get sprayed. And I also need to debadge the rear bumper. I also need to remove the door handles, and to do that you need to take the door panels off and the wing mirror. So in his workshop I'm not gonna be talking too much because there's a radio and I just don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm just gonna do voiceover. I'm so grateful that Brian let me use his workshop. He stole us his car lift to get this car ready to the level it needs to be before it gets sprayed. And yeah, the weather wasn't horrible that day and it was just such a blessing working inside. Once I removed the door card, that gave me access to the door handle, which is held by 3 nuts. So you see me doing the driver's side and this is the passenger side, and this is where the screws are located. So again, it's the same process as the driver's side. You just remove the bolts and then unclip the panel and remove this as well. So both doors are prepped, the door handles are off and the wing mirrors off, and obviously all the trims. So the next stage is to take all the rubber seals from the rear quarter panel, and this door seal needs to come off as well, because we need to take this window out and we need to take this trim out as well to get it sprayed. So to get the rear quarter panel glass removed, you need to take this nut out and then remove the Torx. As you can see, there's 3 Torx there under the glass, and loosen this as well. It's like a tensioner. So before you can remove the glass, there's one more thing you have to do. There's a cover, and to take that off you have to push it towards the boot like that. And now you can actually take that bolt out, and then once you have done that, you can literally pull the glass, and that's it. So yeah, we successfully got the whole car ready for painting, As you can see, both doors done, both trims, two side trims, and both windows are out. So literally I have spent 2 days working in his workshop, getting this car prepped, and it's finally ready. So now that I have the car ready and I have some free time, plus he has a car lift, I thought I will use this opportunity to fix this shield. It's like an exhaust shield. So what I think had happened, obviously when the car was getting lifted with the fork trucks, the forks got caught and pushed it back. So this is me trying to get it straightened as much as I can. It wasn't too bad. So yeah, because the car is up in the air, it was quite easy to get the pry bar and pull this. I know it's aluminium and it's pretty malleable, but at the same time it took a bit of effort to get this straightened and to the standard that I wanted it to be. So yeah, what do you think, guys? I think it turned out good. So now it's time to work on the bonnet, and to do that I need to put the both headlights on and the bumper. While the Brian is working on the bonnet, I'm gonna get these side trims ready, so they all need to be sanded down, roughened up so the paint sticks. And yeah, it was quite a big job. It took a lot of effort and a lot of sanding to get them to where they're ready to get sprayed. So that's them all done, and now I have to block this because there's like a stone chip, and this is the front bumper trim. So you have to block them so they're nice and smooth, and then you just do the same process as everything else. Then you just roughen them up. So this is the side trim, and there's like a plastic mold which I need to take off. I don't want that sprayed, I want to keep it as plastic color or like original. So I had to use a solar iron to unmelt it, if that makes sense. And then you just do the same thing, keep sanding.
So all these parts are ready to get sprayed. All the wee trims, that's gonna go gloss black. So now I still need to sand these down. The lower bumper, these are lower side skirts. Just gonna sand them down, same as the other trims. And that's it.
So that's it, that's them done. And as you can see, the blue patches on the passenger skirt, that means the car has been damaged on that side. So while I was working on the smaller parts of the car, Paul spent a good amount of time sanding the car down, and Brian was working on the bonnet to get that dent out. And he had to prime all the exposed metal parts.
So we have spent 3-4 days getting this car prepped, basically ready to get sprayed. So we're in a spray booth, and I'm very lucky that Brian let me actually be part of this process. Usually you just bring the car and drop it off and they get everything done. But I have asked, and he was kind enough to actually let me be here and help him out to get this car ready for the spraying. Woo!
So he done 3 undercoats, which was the original color of the car. And then after that, he done 3 lacquer coats. And look at the reflection on that, that looks insane. So after the car is sprayed and baked, you have to sand it down again and then polish it to get any orange peel effect out of the paint. It's normal when the car gets sprayed. So Paul's polished the whole car, and look at that, it's like a mirror effect. Unbelievable, looks crazy good. So you have to clean them again just to make sure there's no dust particles, but wait till you see the result. So look at that sparkle. Wow, it's hard to imagine that the paint can look like that. Amazing. And this is gloss black.
Do you see it? Looking crazy good.
I'm absolutely blown away with the results. It looks insanely good. So that's me back next day. This must be day 4 or something, and now I'm ready to put everything back together. It's really exciting, and everything is going in basically in reverse, but I still end up making quite a few mistakes. So guys, let me know in the comments if you prefer this sort of thing instead of full time-lapse. I'm just trying this out to see if you enjoy watching this in this format. So I wasn't happy how these two are lining up. It's just a wee trim, so I had to take everything apart again to readjust it. Wee brain fart moment. Yeah, I'm trying to put it from underneath, but it has to go from above. Took me a while, but yeah. This is where I have noticed that I have made a mistake. This rubber seal should be nice and flush, but as you can see it's sticking out like this. And when I was putting in it felt right, but obviously it wasn't. This is the way it should be, nice and flush. So that's it, the time has come and it's time to get this baby home for a final reassembly, so you don't want to miss it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this is something that you enjoy watching. Please subscribe and follow. If you have any questions, comment. Yeah, see you in the next one.